as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Hurts throwing right away. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Hurts.
They'll roll him out right.
Down the right sideline.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
What a run there by Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
73.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Hey, Silver.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 4th down, Aaron Sipos on to punt for Philadelphia.
DeAndre Carter back deep. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Garoppolo.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get...
There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. Finding room at midfield. He's on his way. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
Only a yard on the pickup there, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Here we go.
Jacobs.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Josh Jacobs. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And some room to maneuver.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
2nd down, here's Hurts.
This is caught. It's Brown. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Play action. Here's Hurts.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
63. Hey! Hey, easy, 63. Back.
Hurts.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Marcus Epps in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Alpha.
Throwing is Hurts.
And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Garoppolo on first down. He gets this to Devontae Adams.
Finding space at the 40. Down the right sideline.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Garoppolo. This is caught inside the 15.
34 yards to gain that time, another first down.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Here we go.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run it. This is Bolden. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Bolden punching it in from a yard away.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
It's caught. Smith. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot Ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. From his end zone, here comes Carter.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On play action, it's Garoppolo.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by James Bradbury.
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He'll buy some time right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed, as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Field King! Field King!
Now back to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, 34 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone...
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked off by Reed Blankenship.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Brings up second and 11.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And here, you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
On play action, they'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
They'll run for it with Penny. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 11. Stay hot.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
And even 70 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
13.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Go ahead.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. And this one's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
The sack there by Brandon Graham coming in and bringing him down to the ground.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on third down. To throw is Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. The center receiver in motion to the right.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Slot man moves right.
A fake on the jet sweep as they'll go play action with Hurts.
Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
They go play action with Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And the Raiders have got him. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Plenty of time. All three timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Now Garoppolo. Rolling to his right. He hits Adams complete.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in a row, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw is Garoppolo. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And it's complete. This is Brandon Bolden.
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Brandon Bolden. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Raiders have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey, 73, 73. No touch.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that's complete to Brown.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here comes 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead
been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
Elliott good on the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's first and 10.
White.
Garoppolo to throw.
He has Mayer complete.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Back to throw. That's caught by Myers. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's back to throw.
It's Myers again with another catch.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner.
Here we go.
By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Back to throw.
To the right side, here's Mayer.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
One, Omaha.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's across for a touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. This is first and 10. But first down, Hurts.
He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
This ball intercepted. intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. Now he's free to midfield. And the Raiders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there.
Do the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro, you ain't got it like this. In my can't see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate, we gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the #1 candidate. Captures armband, I'm making key plays. When I'm doing shows, gotta get all prepaid. What you, I'm on it, break, no side, no about these ways. I gotta let my skin fade marinate, we gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the #1 candidate. Star boy excellence. Them other guys irrelevant. They all on. Zoe Kravitz half white, half melanin. Baby face and a white gold tooth cap. I treat the waiter nice, she loved that. I mix the blueberry.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Prescott down.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. And some space here. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Touchdown! Nick Bawden from 13 yards out.
And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, it's Pollard. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they take advantage of what looked like an unsure defense. They wind up getting 8 on 4th and 3. Out of the gun, a give to Pollard.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They go back to Pollard on second down.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. First down, Prescott.
And this one too low.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Prescott now, option right. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line.
Brought down back at the 27.
Pollard gets it off the option.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
It's fourth down.
And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He's across midfield, and he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
In motion right, that's Wilson.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now they're in the hurry-up. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman from 17 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Zerline now for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
14, Cowboys 3.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. 1 man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Mecole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This is intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Jets 14.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30.
24-yard gain on the play.
Rodgers to throw once more.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And he coughed it up.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So it looked like a good opening drive to start this third quarter, but ultimately it's going to be an unfruitful one as they give it away on the fumble.
Yeah, the way they were moving it, you figured they were in good position to take the lead, but they sure picked a bad time to be lackadaisical with the football. They wound up giving it away.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And they're going to speed things up here. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Throwing, Prescott. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Ferguson. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Prescott.
Here's a screen now for Pollard.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 come. He got 8 yards there. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
4th down, Prescott. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw is Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
On play action, now Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Gonna look deep for Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Turnover that just got him the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here's Pollard again, and he will have the 1st down here as he's up to the 15. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Prescott to throw it. Flush to his right. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
120 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Here's first down. Hall on a give up the middle.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the two scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all three timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all three timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now Prescott. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Open man here is Conklin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A gain of 15.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been...
Yeah, if I did it, then I did it right. Yeah, this ain't happened for me overnight. Yeah, bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Yeah, down to business, I ain't playing nice. Yeah, so ahead of y'all, I'm out of sight. Yeah, when you pop it, they don't wanna slice. Yeah, greed and envy, that's a part of life. Yeah, mediocre, that just won't suffice. Better now than ever. Ain't no cracking under pressure. The boy's clever. If I did it, it was stellar. Nobody fresher. Stop complaining, man, my head hurts. These catchy records ain't nothing really but a walk in the park for me. Heard the catalog, you know I got some scars on me. Just getting started, you don't really wanna start with me. It's John Kill, I would sacrifice a heart in me for family, high roller. But you wouldn't know it by the way that I wrote up. Career lifespan looking good, it ain't slowing. One after another, man, I just keep going and going and going. Yeah, if I did it, then I did it right. This ain't happened for me overnight. No. Bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Down to business, I ain't playing nice. Yeah. So ahead of y'all, I'm out of sight. Yeah. When you poppin', they don't wanna slice. Yeah. Greed and envy, that's a part of life. Yeah. Mediocre, that just won't suffice. Keep myself grounded, that's a piece of me that I won't let go. No matter what level I reach, I promise don't hold it close. Ain't gotta tell me this hitting different, man, I already know. How are you claiming we had a baby, we ain't never spoke? I don't be out here with random women on the road. They want a DNA test to prove it, I'm like, here you go. I could've saved you a bunch of time and told you the results. Looking for hush money from me, you ain't gon' get it though. Historic, rain on my parade, I keep walking and ignore it. Just part of the game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Going play action. Ritter.
Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ritter. He's got his man, London, right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ritter back to throw.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. So the drive's going to start with Pollard.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down, Pollard again.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Here we go, 47. Here we go. 26.
Prescott.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Kill.
They'll run for it with Pollard, and he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw, Prescott. And he knocks the ball away falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
that play doomed from the start thanks to the defensive effort of Grady Jarrett. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. They'll roll him out right.
He finds his man, Pollard.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Falcons 3, Cowboys 0.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Prescott. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Let's go now. Ready?
Ritter on 1st and 10. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Ready, break. 22 needle. Set.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
1st down. Here's Ritter. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid that. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16. 1st down, Falcons.
Ready.
Ritter to throw it. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Ritter now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's 21-3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Ritter. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
Gain of 4 brings up 4th down and 1.
Hey, kill! Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Why ain't it? What is it?
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Now Dak is going to mix it up.
Prescott on 1st down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, kill!
Now Prescott.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
The Pirates still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down. They'll run left with Pollard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. He gets it to Cooks. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Here's Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here's a screen now for Pollard.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
From the red zone now, Prescott.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Flushed out right.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Prescott now. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second and goal, here's the option.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters.
Here we go. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47, 26.
Now Prescott.
And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Cowboys add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Ready?
Ritter off the play fake.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ritter will set up to throw it. Got a man, it's London.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
First down, second.
Now Ritter to throw on first down.
Buying time to his... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
52 blaster. Ready.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter.
Short throw to Smith. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Yellow. Cut.
Going play action. Ritter.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and dropped. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Back to throw. Ritter.
Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Here we go, 47.
Throwing here, Prescott.
Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight line.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. A second down throw for Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ritter now on second down. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
First down. Here's Ritter.
Man open is Robinson. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Falcons.
Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Falcons 17. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Well, Prescott here to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Falcons are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 42.
On play action, here's Ritter.
He's able to find Miller. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Ritter from the gun. This pass is caught by London. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Ritter here on 3rd and 2. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense